Hello Aries, and welcome to your weekly tarot reading. So happy new moon in Aries. This is a month to initiate these new beginnings, to follow through in whatever impulses are driving you to go forward in a certain direction, Aries. Okay, it's a very exciting month for you. So I'm going to pull you an additional guidance card before I shuffle the deck, okay? Oh, so you got the round and round card. When this card appears, sometimes there's a feeling that you're going round and round in circles, but not making that breakthrough. I think every single person watching knows that feeling, that not feeling like you're chasing your own tail, but you're not able to get that final breakthrough. So I'm hoping that's changing. Mercury's now going retrograde, so things are beginning to move again. And with the new moon in Aries, it's all about the initiation of a new pathway. So I'm really hoping that's going to show up in your general reading to get you away from that feeling of going round in circles. Okay, so let's look at the other cards to see what they've got to say. Okay, you've got the Wheel of Fortune behind you, the Hanged Man as the gift. Very interesting when the Hanged Man is the gift, because a lot of people don't like the energy of the Hanged Man. Because it's that sort of energy of surrender. Surrender is one of the biggest spiritual principles you can ever work with. That feeling that life is happening through us and we don't have to sweat the small stuff. We can allow the process to unfold. So let's see what else is going on. King of Pentacles showing up in your relationships. King of Swords as a general issue, who's looking at that King of Pentacles. Two of Discs. Anything want to be said after the Two of Discs, please? Okay, you've got your own card showing up. Always a major event when you've got your own card showing up in your tarot reading, because that means you're being helped and supported by your own energy. Okay, so what am I picking up to begin with? So the Wheel of Fortune is behind you, so hopefully that represents there's been some sort of event, some sort of turnaround of events. That could be any area of our lives, relationships, finances, personal growth, sort of anything really. That sort of feeling of something good has turned around. So anyone who's watching, I really hope that wheel has turned in the area that you need it to turn in. Again, it's a clock, and with all the major arcanas, they're not processes that we are in control of, basically. But I think you know that, because the Hanging Man is the gift. So when a card like that shows up as the gift, very good energy, because I'm feeling, so it's like you're not pushing anything and you're not forcing anything. It's almost the Hanged Man, and I do realise he's looking at this King of Cups. Oh, you've got three kings in the deck. There's a sense of quite a lot of what I'd say was emotional peace here, because of these cards, and the Hanged Man is looking directly at that King of Cups. That is your challenge. This could be a water sign, or the King of Cups is the King of Cool. He is about peace. He's about being non-reactive but being responsive. Very gentle energy, the King of Cups, because he sits in the middle of the ocean, which is about our feelings, but he's at peace. He's got his own throne. He's not being thrown all over the place by the wings of fate or the wings of destiny. And that is your challenge, but the Hanged Man is the gift. And I think for some Aries, you're really, really working to balance out these energies this week. And maybe that's what the round and round card means, that maybe some of you are dealing with a set of circumstances that do not feel that they're being properly resolved. It might be because of this King of Pentacles as how other people are showing up for you. The King of Pentacles is a wonderful earth sign, absolutely loads of qualities, but can be very, very stubborn and very fixed. And maybe this King of Pentacles sort of energy is where you're having to be very, very gentle and very, very surrendered, and almost be very, very patient with and very allowing. I mean, the King of Pentacles qualities are outstanding. Very loyal, very committed, very, very earthy. But what I'm doing is sort of reading it with these cards. And I'm wondering if some of you are having to deal with someone who's been very, very stubborn, by the way. Very, very fixed. And even for some of you, you maybe feel that you're having to use an awful lot of your emotional energy to navigate this King of Pentacles energy. Okay, not sure quite how this is playing out, but sometimes you have to look at the gifts, the challenges, and what's coming your way to understand why the King of Cups is your challenge. Because sometimes the King of Cups is a challenge, you really, really want to react. You really want to get things moving. You really want to push forward. And the King of Pentacles doesn't. And for some of you, that might be the energy that you're having to navigate. Now, the central issue is the King of Swords, who is looking at that King of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man is looking at the King of Cups. So you've got three kings showing up, which means there's an awful lot of personal mastery here. And when you've got a lot of personal mastery, Aries, it's maybe because you're needing it or you've had to cultivate it. And maybe it's because you're dealing with a set of circumstances that you feel that you're not getting the breakthrough that you want. Because most people watching already know it's sometimes in our most challenging circumstances that we have to call on the most powerful resources to navigate. So the King of Swords is looking at this King of Pentacles. The King of Swords, in his greatness, has this 360-degree vision. So he's able to see the bigger picture. And again, he's not a very reactive king, because kings don't tend to be reactive. That's the Knight of the Pages. But I think some of you, who is this King of Pentacles? There's almost a feeling like some of you might just be reaching the point that you've sort of, I mean, even though you're in this letting go, this surrender process of the Hanged Man, you're maybe just about to reach your tipping point, by the way. Who's the King of Pentacles, please? What's going on here? Because there's some sort of victory. And this is how other people are showing up for you. But there's a funny energy of, you know what I was about to say? Is that some Aries are having to juggle something. And look what's appeared. The Two of Pentacles, which is a bit juggling. And sometimes it's a bit juggling. Sometimes when the Two of Pentacles appears, it feels like you're a bit walking on eggshells. There's something that you're trying to resolve here, Aries. And sometimes that Two of Pentacles is about having to manage things. And what you're having to manage for some reason feels very, very delicate. But you're going to be okay, because not only have you got three kings, you've got this Emperor. So the Emperor represents I am and I will. There's a feeling here of you being incredibly empowered because of the Emperor and the Three Kings. But for some reason, it seems to be some huge juggling act that you're having to manage. And I cannot help feeling, for some of yous, most of the issue is around this having to navigate this King of Pentacles energy. I'm going to ask why. Why is all this happening? What's this about? Okay, the Five of Pentacles showed up. The Five of Pentacles is a card of being in a rift from someone. It's a card of separation, two people not coming into the solution. Yeah. So this might be an emotional issue with this King of Pentacles, by the way, or for some of you this is a financial issue that you're trying to manage. I think for you who are having a financial issue, this is going to be very, very good news because the King of Pentacles is bringing a success to you. So I don't think there's much to worry about, and the Emperor as your outcome is about setting direction going forward. But really around this job, this financial issue, you might be called, you're not in control of the process basically with that Hanged Man, and you might be called to take a step back, to have a little bit of peace, to allow the process to unfold. There seems to be, for some of you, it's an emotional issue, and for other of you, it's definitely a financial issue. And the King of Pentacles moves very, very slowly, and it might be because of the slow change of this King of Pentacles, and that's why you're having to be in the Hanged Man and the King of Swords, because both these cards are about getting 360-degree vision. And you get that vision by taking a step back. Both cards represent the same thing. It's the gift, it's the central issue. And to allow this King of Pentacles to move in his own time. Because he will move, because the Six of Wands is with it, which is success and victory. But you might be called to have a little bit of peace. And that's going to be your challenge, is keeping your cool, okay? But the outcome, first of all, that Two of Pentacles, you're juggling something. Some of you might have to let go of one of the Pentacles you're holding on to. The Two of Pentacles isn't always a card of loss. It's about sometimes going, because in the Two of Pentacles, he lets go of one of the Pentacles, but it lands, and where it's landing in time builds his future. So it's quite often a card about juggling, but can be a card about having to let go of something you're holding on to in order to recreate a new future for yourself, which is very much the Emperor energy. Very much, there's something very interesting. It's like a goal's been set here, but there's a feeling that you're not quite there, and that card of round and round is like, oh my gosh, I think some of you feel that you're going through a treacle. You're having to be very tolerant, very patient, and very, very understanding. But there seems to be, there's some sort of victory here. And some of that victory might come from you. And even though you're called to be very, very kind here, but also being very determined about what you want. And being, now this is what I want, and holding your staff, holding your boundaries, because you're already very, very firmly decided what you want. And really then the rest of the cards are about allowing this process to catch up. And you might be called on, Aries, to have an awful lot of spiritual qualities this week. Because that's what the Hangman, the King of Cups, is saying, really. Be the bigger person. Yeah, that's really what the message is. And allow the breakthrough to happen, because it will happen with that Six of Wands, Aries, okay? Okay, Aries, I hope that helped. Loads of love. Bye.